friends, welcome to another episode of Killingly Public Library's craft videos. Today we're going to make a paper basket. You want to start with an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock and make it a square. So it should be 8.5 inches around all edges. And this piece that's left over, you're going to cut it into 1-inch strips. You only need two 1-inch strips, and you'll have a little extra left over, and feel free to craft with it in some other way. And then we're going to score the 8.5-inch square. So you can take a couple of rulers, will work great, or if you want to just use one and mark the parts you need, that's fine. So you're going to measure out at 2 7/8 inch for your first score mark, and put your ruler down and take a pair of scissors, use the blunt end of the scissors, and just run it along the edge of the ruler and score your paper. You could also use a pen that has the ink cartridge removed, or maybe a butter knife. Use the backside where there's no serration, and anything that has kind of a fine point to it. So you're going to score at 2 7/8. You'll then measure your paper. You can mark it. After you've scored your 2 7/8, you're going to move your ruler and find 5 5/8, and then you'll score there as well. So I then turned the paper 90 degrees and did the same thing with the other side. So you're going to score again at 2 7/8 inch down on this side, and 5 5/8 down on this side. I cheated and I already have one done. So I don't know if you can see my scores, my score marks in the video, but you should have 9 equal squares after you're done. And now you want to take a pair of scissors and just cut from the edge of the paper down to the center where the two score marks connect, where they connect. And you're going to do it here and down here as well. So let's do that. And if you have a special paper cutter or something at home, you could certainly use that instead of the scissors. So see how we've got that piece cut out, and I'll just turn it and do the same at the bottom. Okay, so we've got something like this, okay? Looks like a big H, doesn't it? All right, now you can fold on your score marks. So you're just kind of folding and creasing a little. I just used my fingers. If you had a bone folder, that would work great. You could use anything that's kind of flat and not going to puncture your paper. But you just want to, have it so that it'll fold kind of nice. I also have pre-cut 2.5-inch squares, and I want to glue them onto these end flaps. So the 2 here and the 2 down here. I'm just going to glue them on with a little bit of, I'm using hot glue. I plugged it in for the video, but any kind of glue would work great for this. So there we go. We're just going to glue that on. All right, you can see I've glued some pretty paper into the corner of each of the squares here. You don't have to, but I just wanted to dress it up a little bit. Another thing you might consider doing that I am not going to do, but you could round your corners if you had the technique or a corner rounder. I don't have one here, so I'm not going to. I do have one at home. I should have brought it in, I suppose. Now that we have this, we are just going to fold it up and glue it. And we want these middle pieces to be on the inside so that our pretty paper will show. And you're just going to kind of do something like that. Just bring these squares in so they touch, just till they touch, and glue it in place. Okay, so we're also going to do the other side now the same way. There, our little basket. And if you wanted to make it a little more compact, you could bring your corners in so that they overlap a little, but I kind of like them not overlapping. And now our little 1-inch strips that we have, you're just going to glue them together ever so slightly at the top. You want to just have a little bit of overlap, not a bunch, because you want the length of your paper to be your handles. Okay, so I have one long piece of paper now, and I'm going to glue it inside my basket like so. So there, I've glued my little handle in place, and I just wanted to dress it up even a little bit more. And you don't have to do this or not, you can do whatever you like, but I cut out a circle. I just traced it, and I took a little fine point pen, and I did little slashes around the edge to give it like a stitched kind of look, and then I just made a face on it, and I used a cotton ball, and I dabbed red marker on the end, and then I brushed it off to lighten it a tad, and I just brushed it on to give some little blushed cheeks. I don't know if you can see that. And then I did the same thing with some ovals. I cut some ovals out, and I just stitched around the edge, and I brushed a little in the inner ear. I'm going to use it for ears, and I'm just going to kind of glue it onto the basket, kind of like right in here. So that's kind of what you'll see. I'm just going to glue it and let you see in a second. And there's my little bunny. You don't have to put a bunny on there. I just thought it would be cute for spring, you know, think of bunnies, chicks, and I thought the bunny would be easy. White paper and, you know, just a few shapes. And I have a little bow I'm just going to stick on the top. So there's my paper basket. Pretty simple, easy, but so cute to decorate for spring. And you could fill it with candy. You could fill it with some fake flowers. I don't know, just whatever you would like to see inside. And you could also pull it up a bit and not have it so wide. Mine is a little wide because I chose to leave my points just touching, but if you wanted to overlap them, then you could have your basket a little more compact and not so open. But I thought this was a nice size, and I thought it'd be kind of cute. So I'd love to see your finished projects. Please share them to info@killinglypl.org. And thank you so much for stopping in today. And I'll catch you next time in another one of our craft videos. Have a great day.